Welcome back to the Big Rig Hustler channel. If you're new, my name's Jared. Today we are picking up a load from Daisy Brand in Wooster, Ohio. We're going to haul that all the way to Chicago for a multi-stop delivery on the day of my birthday, which is not a place I really want to be for my birthday, but since I am a company driver, I go where I'm told, except for New York City. I do not do that. This load is at 44,542 pounds. So it's going to be a heavy load. I am going to have to get fuel. You will probably get to see Chicago traffic jams somewhere along the line. I'm going to try to do some backing footage if possible. Possible driving footage. Stay tuned.
Ay, give me the chip, I need the championship. Wait, we got a drink next to the team, yeah, we can handle it.
Alright guys, we are just now leaving Daisy. We're on our way to go get some fuel at the Pilot, which is up in Upper Sandusky, right off of 30. I am taking 30 all the way out to Valparaiso and then gonna take that to 94. Probably gonna stop in Gary, Indiana today, just because I don't want to fight the Chicago traffic or any traffic jam if it's unnecessary today. I'd much rather go through early in the morning before anyone pretty much would be considered up. I was always told to consider anything from Gary all the way to like upper Chicago, like Chicago traffic. That's what I was always told, because they're either coming from Chicago, leaving Chicago, or somewhere around that area. So I'll probably drive about 5 hours today and then stop. That way I'm done around about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somewhere around there. I'll be able to find good parking around that time, especially if I go to the place I usually go to, which is the Petro in Gary, Indiana. Alright guys, we're going to get some fuel. We're going to get somewhere around 10 to 20 gallons of fuel. That way I'll have to do it later, because I'm not stopping after this.
Boy, everybody told me you could be whatever you wanna be. So I told myself I'ma be a singer, I'ma play on the keys. I can do whatever I want if I just believe, yeah. But then over the years, everybody's telling me to find a career, and I'll be rolling my eyes, thinking I'll be alright with my guitar by my side. But now it's like 55 quid for my phone bill and a tenner for my bus pass too. I wish I could go back and tell myself that life is gonna hit you hard. They say money won't buy you happiness, but being broke really ain't a good time. So all I want is just to get paid, and no, I ain't ashamed of trying to make a wage, no. Money, 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 money makes the world go round. I need money, 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 money. Money got me feeling down. They said go and chase your dreams, but never told me that I have to wake up. I need money.
We are on US 30, about 24 miles from Indiana State Line. When I stopped to get fuel, I decided to run inside, grab some energy drinks for today and tomorrow. try to have one like at least once a day. I used to drink Monsters and Red Bulls, but lately I switched to a newer kind called Celsius. It's a lot more healthier choice than Monsters or Red Bulls. I mean, no energy drinks are healthy for you. They're all bad. But I try not to drink as much coffee. If I do drink coffee, I don't drink black. But we're probably going to stop in Gary, Indiana for the night, and then get rolling around Jewish. My delivery to the first stop, which is right off of 55 in Chicago. That appointment time's at 4. I'm going to try to get there around 3. That's about an hour drive from the Petro to Gary. But tomorrow I have all the stops are supposed to come off. I don't think I've been to any of these stops before. I don't know how it's going to go tomorrow. But I know we'll probably definitely see some traffic jams tomorrow, which I'm not excited about. Because pretty much all of last half of last week. Alright guys, it is the next day, October 15th. I turned 31 today. Yesterday I ended up running into some traffic as soon as I got into Gary, Indiana. I'll post a picture right here. I was able to make it to the Petro where I usually park. I am less than 15 minutes away from my first stop. That delivery is at 4 a.m. And later today, I'll be having some cake while FaceTiming my kids and my wife, because I got them some red velvet cupcakes. I'm not a red velvet person. I like chocolate. Hopefully they send me to like a place like Iowa, because I definitely want to go to I-80 truck stop. I haven't been there in like 7 months. And then I do have 2 other stops today after my first one. It is like 46 degrees outside. But I am about to get rolling. I could have made it farther yesterday, but I don't like to fight the traffic jams. That right there is just wasting time sitting in the traffic jam. Over here in Chicago. I passed the Chicago White Sox Stadium this morning. I like rolling through Chicago area, especially like if I'm taking I-94, way before anyone wakes up. That way I'm not fighting any traffic. As you can tell, there wasn't any traffic where I was at on I-94. I ran that all the way to 55. Then once I got on to 55, shortly after I jumped on Damien, which is where like all the warehouses are. FedEx has a warehouse over here. There's other couple other produce warehouses, like that place right over there. That's a warehouse for produce. On the other side, maybe like 3 miles down the road, there's a frozen asset warehouse down there, which is where I deliver meat at. I haven't been there at least a couple months. I think at best like 4 or 5 months is the last time I was there. But I'm gonna deliver here, and then I will be heading to the second stop and the third stop. Both of them are like pretty much in the general area of the O'Hare Airport. Going to Joliet, Illinois. I wasn't able to record the other 2 stops this morning. The second stop, it was a really small facility. It looked like it was in a residential neighborhood. They had a drop trailer in front of my door, which made it tighter for me to try to back into the door. I had about 20-foot clearance after I got all the way into the door. I paced it out. It was like 20 feet. But was able to clear that. It would have been more of a pain if another truck and trailer was next to me. Thank God there wasn't. The third stop was off the street parking into the dock door, which was like inside a garage setup. Those workers don't care. I was in the process of backing up, hazards on. I was in the middle of actually backing up and trying to swing my tractor around, and all I see is cars just flying by. They don't care, which makes no sense. And some of them was like a Tesla, like a brand new Tesla. Another one was a real nice Audi. If I had those cars, I'll treat them like they're my child. Not them, they don't care. So I ended up deadheading all the way here. It was like a 3-hour drive. I did have to stop, sweep the trailer out, and then get fuel. I stopped and got some lunch, which was McDonald's, but I knew I hadn't ate anything. I didn't have time to stop and make myself something to eat. But I will drive for another 2 hours from here to going back to Joliet. I'll probably make it somewhere in Indiana, and then deliver this in the morning around 8. And hopefully they send me somewhere that will give me more miles than this load and the last load. The last load was like, total mileage was like 382 loaded miles, 30 miles deadhead. This load was like 190 miles deadhead, and it's roughly about the same going back, which I'd much rather have the longer running loads. I don't really like deadheading hundreds of miles away. I try to think of it like if I'm the owner-operator, which obviously I'm not yet, but I try to treat it like it. That way, when I am an owner-operator, I know what I'm doing. I mean, I can negotiate rates and stuff all day long, especially that I used to do it anyways. But I'm trying to actually run the truck like an owner-operator would. Which, since the company I work for, I've had a few dispatchers. I try to give them the whole talk like, hey, as long as you fight to get me more miles, we will be good. Which now some of them do. The dispatcher I had previously, he's no longer with the company. I don't know what happened there. They won't give me any details, and I really don't care. Just because him and I would always butt heads. He would always try to give me a load that was pretty much what a local guy could do, like 75-mile load, and I'm getting, at the time I was getting 61 cents. Now I just got a cent raise, which, yeah, it's not much, but if you're doing like 2,000 plus miles, that extra cent's gonna add up. Now I'm at 63, because every time I get a safety score that's over 90% or better, I get a cent raise after 3 of them, 3 consecutives, and I've gotten 2 extra cents since then. But I am gonna get rolling, try to make up the rest of this day, get parked early so I can get through Gary, Indiana tomorrow without any problems. And then later tonight, probably gonna stop, have some cake. Since it is my 31st birthday, I got myself a cake, like a real small square piece of cake from the Walmart bakery. And then I got my kids and my wife a red velvet cupcake. I don't do red velvet, I do chocolate. Good morning, it is Wednesday morning. It's currently 4:30. I am about to get rolling to go back to Joliet, Illinois. I got my next load. They sent me my next load. That's gonna be picking up 6 miles from Iowa, which they can get me close to Iowa. They can't get me to Iowa. Come on. They can't use an excuse that, oh, they don't know if I can do it in a week, because I've done it. I've been to Iowa many, many times. Like, that's one reason why they don't like to send me to Florida. Even though I've done that too. I've done that in a week. I've done a multi-stop in a week to go there. But picking up from another Tyson plant, and then gonna take that to Canton, Ohio, to the same place I was at last week. It's one of our main customers. So it's pretty much one of our customer to customer type of situation. And then I don't know what they have planned for me. This load is the next load. So this load that I'm currently on now comes off around 7:59, which I don't know who decided to book that appointment time. 7:59, why can't we just round up to 8? Like what? Like, what was the point? And then it's not that far from Hillsdale, Illinois, which is where my next pickup is. But the pickup time is going to be 1900, which is 7 p.m. Which they want to waste my entire day. I mean, I'm gonna go there, try to see if I can get it early. But I don't really like my time being wasted. That's like a big pet peeve of mine. But I am currently about 92 miles away from my delivery, which is an hour and a half. I am about 5 miles from Indiana state line. Currently at a TA. It was nice though that I parked here. I did have to scale, and they had a Family Dollar literally right next door, which was really nice. Alright guys, I just backed into the door. I guess the person that was in charge of making the appointment, I'm not going to say any names, but it wasn't my company. I can tell you that it wasn't my company, but the person that was in charge of making the appointment, they never made the appointment. So now I am working, which I'm going to be here for a while. I mean, they said that since there are a few doors open, and along like farther down there's some doors open, they may be able to get me out, but they're not sure. They don't want to make any promises. And my next load is supposed to be picking up around 7 tonight, so I will probably stop and grab a shower before I get there. Try to pick it up early, but still manage to get like a break in, like a 2-hour, 3-hour break, so I can get a shower, maybe do some laundry. Probably gonna make some cinnamon rolls. I just bought a toaster oven, and kind of in the mood for some cinnamon rolls. But this place, it has you back into the door with the door shut, tandems all the way to the rear. I'm still in the door at this warehouse over in Joliet, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know exactly when I'll get out of here. It's going on 3.5 hours now. So I'm probably gonna end the video here. I'm gonna make some cinnamon rolls inside the truck, as well as watch some Good Morning Football, and maybe some Tracker, since I haven't watched a new episode yet. But remember to stay safe, keep trucking, smash that like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Give me the chip, I need the championship. Wait, we got a dream, next to the team.